Excadrill going to be shielding up this power whip. These vine whips out here looking like razor leaf due to our immense lack of bulk. We farm up to the back-to-back drill runs. The first one will be taking care of Ivysaur. Back out comes Watergun Lantern. This silly electric fish might think it's thick, but Lantern, are you thick enough? Welcome back to the channel. Buckle up, because today is going to be a roller coaster of emotions. Huge shout out to R-Man. Firstly, I really like the username. I'll be honest, when I queue into GBL and see a terrible lead, the first thought is, man. And secondly, for submitting some battles with this double ground backline that outputs absurd damage. We've got Shadow Excadrill finally making his debut on the channel, and one of my personal favourite Pokemon, Piloswine. Piloswine with access to avalanche. One of the best moves in the game is a side strike clone and that high horsepower ground type coverage. Without any further ado, let's get into the battles. And in game number 1, R-Man leads his Jellyfish into an opposing Jellyfish. Some jelly on jelly action. This is of course the bait game. R-Man not baiting. Farms up, fires off the Shadow Ball, losing CMP. His huge cojones call the bait, and we do not shield baits in this household. Now the question is, does the opponent respect the damage Shadow Ball? Oof, goes shielded. The opponent is now going to be able to outpace the Shadow Ball. Number 2, R-Man. This time invest the Protect Shield. And R-Man very much winning the battle of the mind games. The opponent then attempt to catch the Shadow Ball onto Superior, and here comes our first look at Piloswine. We are hitting for super effective, but also taking super effective. We invest a big shield on the Frenzy Plant, as Frenzy Plant would return us to our Pokeball. R-Man now over farms, fires off the Avalanche. Avalanche forces the final Protect Shield, and it's now all shields down. Superior is going to win this battle. However, with shields down, Excadrill will absolutely be able to go to town in the end game. We send back out Jealous, and R-Man over farms, fires off the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball will be vanquishing Superior back to the Pokeball. We now return to the Jelly. On Jelly Crime, however, R-Man takes the initiative, fires off the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball vanquishes Jellicent back to the Pokeball. It's the instant pivot into Excadrill, and the opponent's got Frostlass in the back. Rockside doesn't get same type attack bonus, but Excadrill doesn't give a fuck as Frostlass gets vanquished back to their Pokeball, and we've already seen the ruthless closing power of Excadrill in game number 1 in the next battle. Our featured battler R-Man, probably thinking R-Man as we hard lose lead. Leaving the Jellyfish into Sableye, we safe switch into Piloswine, and apparently the opponent has no responses. Again, we see Superior, but this time we've got the energy lead, and Piloswine will be forcing shields in the mid-game. We see the instant shield deploy. It looks like R-Man wanting to take back switch or force all shields down. Piloswine again over farms, fires off the Avalanche. Avalanche forces the final Protect Shield. It looks like the opponent lags a turn, but they just managed to fire the charge move before Piloswine reaches Avalanche number 3. R-Man choosing to save a shield for Excadrill, and that's very wise, as Excadrill in the Great League absolutely cannot tank a hit for shit. R-Man now sends out Excadrill looking to get ahead in energy with one Protect Shield to hide behind. Look at the Vine Whip damage, my god. We're going to respect the Frenzy Plant. The opponent full sends the Frenzy Plant. R-Man over farms, fires off the Rockside. Rockside will be securing the knockout. The opponent likely won't return with Sableye, as there is no shields remaining. The opponent sends out Azumarill. Now let's see the damage output. Drill Run does almost half of Bulky Azu's HP. R-Man looking to bank a move, catch the Ice Beam onto Jellicent. What a play. Hopefully Jellicent still will be healthy enough to tank the foul play from the returning Sableye. Back out comes Sableye. Come on Jelly, please be thick. Foul play gets us low. Do we make the Shadow Ball? We do not, and unfortunately that's going to be all she wrote. GG's to that opponent. In the next battle, Jellicent into Shadow Gligar. Pretty decent lead. However, the Night Slash / Aerial Aces do come thick and fast. We attempt to throw the Surf, have a lose CMP. The opponent is on Aerial Ace, which still looks like Aerial Ass. Doesn't do all that much damage. We return fire with a Surf. Surf goes on shield. We see the aggressive pivot into Piloswine, looking for the snipe. The opponent doesn't respond quick enough. Gligar gets sniped, and the opponent sends out Metachan. And this is where you're going to see the power of Avalanche. Avalanche hits so hard. Metachan already down below half health. The opponent needs to throw. They're going to get hit with another charge move. It looks like the opponent played to a CMP tie. They do not win. Avalanche going to be forcing a Protect Shield here. What the heck was that? It looks like we actually denied the opponent, or they got refunded. Either way, very good game, Niantic. I'm so glad you made this an esport. R-Man sends back out Jellicent. We get baited with the Ice Punch. That bait is going to be Metachan, is going to make the Psychic. Jellicent instantly clicks no shield. We withstand the damage, get the Hex Farm down. We leave with the Shadow Ball pivot into Excadrill, and this Licky far too thick in the back, but let's see if Licky is thick enough. We fire off the first drill run lands for ridiculous damage. Holy! The opponent is going to go straight body slam. However, Excadrill doesn't care because the opponent's going to be forced to shield up the next drill run, and the mud shot should put this thing into surf range. Let's see, drill run forces the final protect shield. The opponent not going to be able to get the lick farm down. The opponent forced to dump one further body slam. Body slam even resisted, does secure the knockout, but Jellicent has the surf banked. We're not in one lick range, and surf is going to be all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. We're used to seeing Lickitung tank charge move after charge move, hence the nickname Licky. Far too thicky, but my god, Excadrill made it look glassy. In the next battle, we see a great lead. Jellicent into Skele-doge, the opponent stays in. We respect the Shadow Ball, and the opponent most certainly is not baiting. Likewise, we're full sending the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball forces a protect shield. Arman then throws one hex and the surf. I looked on PvPoke, this does around 58%. So we'd almost knock out the opponent investor, final protection. We attempt to catch the charge route onto Piloswine. However, get caught in the hex animation. Arman invests his final protect shield on the Shadow Ball, and the opponent then sends out Cradilly. Oof, we stay and fire off the Shadow Ball. I think we should have instantly went to Piloswine, as I'm not sure we're going to tank this grass knot, as Piloswine is incredibly glassy. Moment of truth. Can Piloswine tank a grass knot? Who was worried? On a sliver of HP, we withstand the damage, reach the avalanche, and avalanche will be securing the knockout. Seeing how that matchup played out, I think Arman actually made a very good play, as Piloswine is going to die to 1 incinerate, so Skele-doge is still going to be 2 away from the Shadow Ball, meaning Jellicent is going to outpace the surf by a single turn, and surf will be securing the knockout. Let's see what the opponent's got in the back. Oof, Azumarill. If the opponent manages their energy well, this could be night sleep tight Excadrill. I don't even think we'll tank an Ice Beam particularly well. We fire off the Shadow Ball. The opponent is over farming. Are we in play rough range? We're getting pretty low. This is going to get close. The opponent actually full send a Hydro Pump. In comes Excadrill. Excadrill able to outpace the drill run. Who was worried? And Excadrill is an Azumarill counter confirmed. GG's, and thanks for playing. In the next battle, we see Jellicent into Metachan. What a lead. Jelly out here catching the most basic bitch fighter of them all. The opponent stays in, farm up, catch the Shadow Ball, onto Lantern. However, we've got 2 decent answers to Spark Lantern in the back. We see the pivot into Piloswine. I think this is definitely the correct play, as Piloswine can tank a surf, and I'm not entirely sure Excadrill fancies that task. We easily tank the surf. The sparks are double resisted. You see Arman farm up, throw the high horsepower on the CMP tie. High horsepower forces a protect shield. Arman looks like he's happy to play out the ones. We shield up the surf. I imagine we're going to look to farm up again. Throw the high horsepower on the CMP tie. Arman's counting. Absolutely on point. This time high horsepower forces both protect shields. If I was Arman, I'd definitely be looking to save a shield for Excadrill. Arman agrees. He lets Piloswine go down. We can now send in Excadrill. The opponent aggressively pivot into Metachan, and we see a very nice catch of the Ice Punch back onto our fluffy Jellyfish. As the opponent fought so hard for switch and then aggressively switched in Metachan, I do worry they've got an even harder answer, or at least a decent answer for Excadrill in the back. I like this play from Arman. Tanking the Psychic, getting Jellicent incredibly low, leaving minimal farm for Lantern. Shadow Ball secures the knockout. Lantern does return. 2 sparks do take us out. It's now Shadow Excadrill versus the world. Of course, we're going to have to shield up this surf. What does the opponent have in the back? The opponent's going to get farmed down. They recognise that pivot out into Gligar. Gligar, especially the non-shadow, is ridiculously thick. Do 2 non-stab rock slides. Knock this thing out. The first one gets him below half health. The second one will be securing the knockout. And this Shadow Excadrill is about to absolutely pop off. Back out comes Lantern. And 1 more rock slide is going to be all she wrote. Excadrill sweeping the back line. GG's. My god, Excadrill making some of the bulkiest mon in the league look glassy. What a yikes lead. We see the pivot into Piloswine, and the opponent answers with Dugong. Again, not a great spot to be in. We full send the high horsepower. Dugong shows no respect, and they're now down below half health. We will be able to tank any one move and should have enough health to at least reach the next high horsepower, which should give us shield advantage or switch. Arman farms up, opts to throw the double resisted avalanche. Avalanche forces a protect shield. Okay, shield advantage Excadrill, let's go. We can send out Jellicent to operate as the damage sponge. Non-stab drill run doesn't do a lot from big bulky Dugong. The first one just tickles. The opponent going to fire off the second, and Jellicent really doesn't care. I really like this overfarm from Arman. We overfarm massively, throw the surf when Dugong is in surf range, and now we have the Shadow Ball banked for the return in. Ivysaur back out, comes Ivysaur. Shadow Ball going to do over half of the opponent's HP. Lord, the opponent double shields. Holy, we got 2 shield Excadrill versus the Wild, and the opponent is staying in. We see the instant shield deployed on the Power Whip. Arman continuing to farm up. We throw the Drill Run. Drill Run is neutral, but Drill Run going to vanquish Ivysaur back to their Pokeball. The opponent's final Pokemon is Water Gun Lantern. Lantern, one of the thickest mon in the league, but Excadrill doesn't give a fuck and manages to sweep once again. Let's go. I've still only seen 2 Drillbird from Grant, and my god, do I need this thing for all 3 leagues. It looks so much fun. In the next battle, we see Jellicent into Shadow Gligar. The opponent fire off the Aerial Ace. We easily withstand the damage. We pause a turn, ensuring the opponent does not catch. Fire off the Surf. Surf goes unshielded. Again, we look to snipe. This time the opponent responds fairly quick and send out Sandslash. Sandslash allows us to outpace to the High Horsepower. High Horsepower forces the Protect Shield. We see a very nice overfarm from the opponent. Does one move take us out from this range? No, it doesn't, but we do get Shadow Claw farm down. I think we're going to have to come Excadrill, as Jellicent is not going to appreciate this low energy. We send out Excadrill, and we're going to have to start instantly investing Protect Shields. We shield up the Drill Run. Excadrill can now overfarm. Again, Arman's counting absolutely on point. We throw the Drill Run on the CMP tie. Drill Run secures the knockout. The opponent sends out Metachan. We stay in, throw the Drill Run. Drill Run going to do half of the opponent's HP. We then pivot into Jellicent, but Jellicent is already down below half health. Tough decision to make. We respect the Psychic Abated. With the Ice Punch, the opponent go for the Wham Bam combo play. Send out Gligar. Gligar fires off the Aerial Ace. We withstand the damage. Jellicent now on a sliver of HP, looking to reach the back-to-back Surfs. This Surf will be forced in the final Protect Shield. Does this next Surf knock out? Come on, Jelly. In Jelly, I believe Surf does secure the knockout, and we win a very close game. Well played to both trainers. It's like deja vu, some more Jellyfish action. We saw Arman called the bait last time and full sent the Shadow Ball. Again, that is what we're going for, or at least we're full sending. Does the opponent respect the damage? Shadow Ball goes unshielded. We see the instant no shield deployed. The opponent also not baiting. Booms going off left, right and centre. We see the aggressive pivot into Piloswine. Piloswine gets a very nice Powder Snow farm down. The opponent sends out Steelix. Trainer, I'm not sure this is the switch you are looking for. We force a Protect Shield with the neutral Avalanche. The opponent, of course, goes straight for the break-in swipe. We see the instant no shield deployed. Piloswine withstands the damage. This time we're full sending. Does the opponent respect the damage? High Horsepower, even debuff, nearly knocks out. Piloswine gets the Powder Snow farm down. Get that stupid Steel Snake out of here. The opponent's final Pokemon is Altaria. Avalanche will be forced in the final Protect Shield or not. The opponent evidently give up, and Piloswine absolutely runs rampant. Moving on to the next one. Jellicent into a Lowland Sandslash. The opponent throws an alignment, giving us a full 3 hex. Man, what are you doing to me? I've only just recovered from losing my voice, and I think I'm going to lose it once again. We tank the Drill Run, return fire with the Shadow Ball. We see the aggressive pivot into Piloswine, but these Powder Snows are double resisted. We see the instant no shield deployed. The opponent fire off the Ice Punch, then send out Metachan. Piloswine looking to reach the back-to-back Avalanches. I don't think we get there. The first Avalanche goes unshielded. Piloswine does get counter farm down, and it's very luckily we save Jellicent, although I think we're so low, we're in huge trouble. We of course get baited with the Ice Punch, return fire with the Surf. Please let this go, please. Okay, please be like Bastard on the back. Oof, Spark Lantern. This is going to be GG's. And I don't think we're going to tank a Surf. Let's see, how much does Surf do? No, we get one shot, and that is going to be all she wrote. GG's. Fucking hell, I've never seen Surf do so much damage. Come on, Jamie, compose yourself. Jellyfish into the most basic meta fighter. The opponent stays in. I imagine they're going to try and catch. The last one did. This opponent throws the Psychic. We pause a turn. Very heads-up play. The opponent sends out Sableye, and we answer with Piloswine. We strike first with the Avalanche and force ourselves an early shield advantage. Foul play won't be lethal. We'll probably get Shadow Claw farm down afterwards. We see Arman invest the Protect Shield on the foul play and then throw Avalanche number 2. Come on, trainer. Please shield. I just need one more Excadrill sweep to complete my day. We do force the final protect shield. Come on, let it go. Come on, Excadrill. Let's go, baby. Foul play does secure the knockout. We've got the Shadow Ball banked. So we could return with Jellicent and look to get off the Shadow Ball instantly. Instead, we send out Excadrill. Okay, well, let's see what we're cooking. We shield up the foul play. The opponent then aggressively pivot out into Metachan. We snipe with the Shadow Ball. It's going to be high Metachan, by Metachan. The opponent sends back out Sableye. We settle for the Surf. I don't think Surf's going to be lethal. However, we should Hex Farm down afterwards. Jellicent's incredibly low. Oh no. Let's go. Public enemy number 1. This Surf won't do a lot of damage. However, do you know what is going to do a lot of damage? Excadrill's double super effective drill run back out. Comes the Steel Mole. And it's going to be high wall face, by wall face. Get fucking wrecked. And we get the screenshot for the road. And unfortunately, that is going to draw to a close today's showcase. Huge shout out to R-Man. They were some very heads up plays and a very cool team that you can use in either the Great League or the Catch Cup. So if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing. If you like your battles featured on my channel, a link to a battle submission form is down below. My Discord's also linked down below. You can come hang out, do some battles live or watch me battle live. And as always, a huge thank you to everyone for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.